Our first author in today's book club is sharing the fourth part in her Lynn Dayton series, which is bringing thrill and action. I want to welcome L.A. Starks. Thank you so much for being with us.
Glad to be here.
I think our audience is gonna love this because Winner's Curse kind of relates to the hit show Landman, which I started watching as well. And if you've started watching it, it is all about West Texas, the oil field industry, the Landman, right?
Yes, exactly.
So what can we expect from Winner's Curse?
Well, this is a book about a plot to sabotage natural gas fields and a plot to steal a very valuable oil field recycling technology, and the woman and her team that have to stop it, find it and stop it.
And you decided to focus on these themes because you have a lot of personal experience yourself. Tell me about that.
Right. Oh, I grew up in a refinery town, and I did, in fact, briefly do some work for Valero here, and just have always been involved with the energy business as a chemical engineer, but always loved to write, and saw so many fascinating characters and places that I wasn't seeing in books, and so I wanted to write about them.
Well, how interesting. You grew up in an oil refinery. I mean, that really gives it the first-hand experience.
Oil refinery town.
Well, yeah, you're like, not the refinery. That would be a little risky, maybe. But you know what? That is definitely speaking to a lot of our audience. You know, that show really is pretty good, man. I've been, like I said, I recommend it for sure. But we recommend your book as well.
Yes.
So it's the fourth installation, right? So are the other ones in a similar setting, or are they all different?
Different places, kind of different industries, somewhat similar settings. They can all be read as standalones.
Oh, great.
So, you know, like Houston, New Orleans, you know, I tend to think of them as where they're happening.
Yes, well, wonderful. You have an excerpt for us. What are we reading here? What is the significance of this excerpt?
What I really wanted to do with this book is set up what it's like to be in Midland. And it's unusual, and it's tough, and everybody's sort of wary, and it's like no place else.
Sure. So if you want to go ahead and read a couple of sentences from that excerpt for us.
Okay. The dry, flat landscape was more Phoenix desert than East Texas verdure. Mesquite and four-winged saltbrush ringed countless drill sites that shaped West Texas into an unending factory floor of oil and gas production. Midland and neighboring Odessa exuded neither southern charm nor western cool, but instead the endless anxiety of fierce competition.
Perfect. Thank you for giving us a preview of what our audience can receive when they get your books. You have a book signing at Twig. That's so cool.
I do, tonight at 5:30, so show up, please, everybody.
Show up and show out for our girl, L.A. Starks. Thank you for being with us.
Roma, thank you so much.
So people can get the book there, and also, I'm sure, online if they are unable to attend.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'm going to go to our next author here. If you're having if you need financial knowledge and growth, it is so important, but maybe there are some tips and tricks that could be more beneficial for you. So guess what? We have an expert for you guys. Our next author has that advice for you. I want to welcome Austin Lane, founder of Greenwing Wealth Management. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Roma. I appreciate you having me.
This is a great topic for everybody as well, finances.
Everybody.
So by trade, you are an expert on finances.
I'll take it. You know, if that's what's thrown out there. Yeah, I help people manage their finances and investments. And what you find is there's a lot of challenges. It's a very intimidating place for people to start and really get good information. And after you do it over a decade, you start to realize people have very similar questions. They don't know where to go to just get relevant answers to be empowered and make good decisions.
It's true. It could be shameful, right? If you're dealing with a lot of struggles financially, you don't really want to go out there and tell anyone that. But what tips are in your book?
Yeah, so it's mostly analogies of just trying to take things you've heard of, but make it relevant to your life. So like, how are investments like cars? How are portfolios constructed like football teams? How is physical health and financial health related? Sure. And so it's just that kind of thing. And in fact, I start early on the book. So I'm 6'5", I weigh 260 pounds. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is 6'5", he weighs 260 pounds.
Twins.
But if we're standing shirtless next to each other, there's gonna be a difference. And so the choices
Austin.
we make and the composition we have has a big difference.
You know what? Well said, and especially that analogy you just gave us here.
Right.
But you also brought an excerpt from your book. What is this about?
Yeah, so it's in the intro, but it just reads, money is a relative concept. The idea of a lot or a little is based on an individual's perception. All financial planning, investments, and any other financial topics are subjective. Because of that, everyone has different goals, tastes, and preferences. I want to help take the edge off of dealing with money. My hope is to reorient people to their own resources, and I intend for you to walk away from this book feeling that a bridge has formed between you, your resources, that provides an understanding so you can see your money as an extension of your purpose. Whether time or money, your resources need to be calibrated to your passions so that you live the purpose-filled life you want to leave with the legacy that will shape generations to come.
Well, thank you for that. It sounds like you really do care, and it also sounds like you think it is important for people to have a financial advisor to help them out along the way.
That spoiler alert, I do think
Spoiler
that. I do
alert.
think that.
Well, you know, The Rock has nothing on you. I'll just say that, right? Financially.
I'll take that too. This is going great. Unbelievable.
Austin, how can people get your book?
It's on Amazon. I also have an office in Helotes. You're welcome to pop by. Again, author isn't really my main, I'd like to think. So
Sure.
I'm just more concerned about getting knowledge out there. So there's a kind of a cultural shift of people making better choices. So not trying to make money on it. I just want people to really be empowered and see that the results and their outcomes. So they're welcome to come by my office and get a free copy if you'd like. Why not? Made that up on the spot. But